On one of Carolyn's videos, Caravan Carolyn's videos, we had made some quinoa one day. It was with black beans and some lemon. And someone had asked if I would show some other recipes that are good for you. What I have here is sweet potato. I cut them up in bite-sized pieces, put a little oil on, and then I sprinkled it with chili powder, and then I cooked it in the microwave. Normally I bake it in the oven, but it's just too hot. And then the green is, I had made some zucchini boats, and I cut the bottoms off to make them flat so it'd sit on the pan. So I took that zucchini and chopped it up. Didn't want to throw it out. Thought it's good to eat. Cooked that up in the microwave, made it soft, tender, and added that in here. So this is just sweet potato, chili powder, a little bit of oil, like olive oil, and then some cooked zucchini as well. And this is all cooked and ready to go. When I do this, I like to do a little variety. So sometimes I'll have more sweet potatoes and less quinoa, and then other times I'll have more quinoa and less sweet potatoes. Can also add black beans to this, some other seasonings, out of the garden, whatever you have, cilantro. I'm going to add some cumin to it, make it a little Mexican food flavor. I'll show you a little bit more when I get going. Okay, in this one I added some cumin. Put it there on top, I'll stir that in. And this one is going to be more sweet potato and less quinoa. This one over here, that is going to be less sweet potato. I put cilantro in. Sweet potato came out pretty spicy with the amount of chili powder I put on, so I'm going to try to go for two totally different tastes here by the different seasonings that I put in. So this one's going to be nice and spicy with the cumin and the chili powder. And then hopefully this one's a little more flavorful, but not as spicy, since I put the cilantro in and not the cumin, and I have less sweet potato in there. Okay, so here's what it looks like when I have more quinoa and not as much sweet potato and cilantro. And it just didn't have a ton of flavor. So I did squirt some lime juice in that. Now it's not too bad. Here we have not as much quinoa, but more sweet potato. This one I will probably heat up, just because of the amount of sweet potato in it. This one I'll probably eat as a cold salad. And since I had my first picking in my garden today of my green beans, I thought, what the heck? I cooked up some green beans with some diced up onions and added that to some quinoa. And I also used Old Bay for poultry, salads, meats. When I was in college, the only thing I knew this was good for was in red beer, tomato beers. So I'm going to give it a try in here. I like to experiment with different seasonings, different flavors. So I'll have three very different meals. I cooked up a half a cup of quinoa, and that's to 1 cup of water. And then I divided it into three with different proportions and different vegetables, and it'll give me a nice variety. Also the green bean one, I'll probably warm this up as well too. I don't like my green beans cooked to mush, but I don't like them rubbery, so there's that fine line. I've got them to that point now, so I'll just warm it up and eat it as a warm salad, I guess. This will be a warm one, and I'll eat this one as a cold. Normally I'd put black beans in as well, but I'm just trying to do something different. I don't have to worry about the protein because the protein's in the quinoa, 6 grams to serving. So that's my meals, part of my meals for this week's work week.